In this video, I'm going to review the Lamy Accent Fountain Pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. Alright, let's get on with the review. This is the Lamy Accent Fountain Pen. This was designed in 2000 by the Phoenix Design Group out of Stuttgart, Germany. They are an industrial design firm that designs everything from fountain pens to defibrillators to dentist chairs to street lights. All types of different stuff. This pen has 3 different design awards. It has a IF Product Design Award, a Red Dot Design Award, and a Good Design Award. So, heavily awarded pen. The design is unusual. We have a black metal high gloss lacquer body, a chrome spring-loaded clip, and a wood grip section. Now, if we do a quarter turn, the cap comes off, so you notice very few threads here. And there's a bump, 2 bumps on the back of the pen where this can just snap into place. This pen has a 14 karat gold nib, and then we have the wood grip section. This is called gray wood, and it didn't originally come on this pen. The reason this pen is called the Accent is that these grip sections are interchangeable, and I've bought a number of them, which you can see here. This one here is called the Palladium. This is normally sold on a multifunction pen version of the Accent. This is Briarwood, which is what I originally bought this pen with. This is supposedly leather. It doesn't seem like leather to me, but anyway, it's supposed to be textured leather. This is some kind of blue, I don't know what, blue. And then we have the gray wood, another one like I have on here. And then this is called the Diamond, and the Diamond and the Briarwood are the only options with this high gloss lacquer body when you buy it new. You can buy these grips after. In the United States, I could not find a place to buy these. I had to call Lamy to order them. Anyway, so you can customize the pen. It's a weird pen. The way that this works is you twist the back here, and you'll notice this is moving off of the grip. So keep twisting. Okay, I think that's done. Then you just pull this out. And this pen takes the standard Lamy cartridge and inverter, specifically the Z27 converter. Pretty basic. And then this just pulls off. There's a little ring here, which admittedly doesn't look super durable. Let's put on this Briarwood one here. If you look at the grip, you can see it's lined with metal. Then on the other side, you have all these cutouts. The side without the cutouts goes on the body, snaps into place, and then you line up these grooves. And then I always have a little bit of trouble getting it back on here. Come on. There we go. And now it's on there. 14 karat gold nib, that is only on the high gloss version, so the Briarwood or this Diamond version. Now we have totally changed the look of this pen. All right, let's do some measurements. Okay, we're looking at about 143 millimeters capped, about 124 millimeters uncapped, and posted, looking at 162 millimeters. Now this is quite a comfortable pen because the grip is so big. Looking at the widest point, we're looking at about 12.8. At the more skinnier point, where I taper down more, looking at about 12.3. So quite a wide grip section, which is really nice. And the other thing that's great about that grip section is you can completely change the haptics of the pen. I can feel the, wood grain on here, which feels great. The textured leather or pleather, I'm not really sure what it is. Totally different feel to this aluminum versus the lacquered rings. I can feel the metal rings and the high gloss lacquer on here. And then this is completely smooth, some kind of material. I don't know. Well, in terms of weight, 24.3 grams. Not super heavy. It feels nice in the hand though. Doesn't feel cheap. And 14.31 uncapped. Yeah, not bad. I do find when posted on the back, it does get a little top heavy because it doesn't post, it only posts half a centimeter down on the, about exactly half a centimeter down on the body. So it's good for quick notes. It's secure. It's not going to fly off. It's pretty long when you post it. Okay, writing sample. This is a fine And this is Lamy Blue. Okay. Let's try fast writing. Yeah, I mean, it keeps up quite nicely. Yeah, it's a pretty smooth nib. There's maybe just a tiny touch of toothiness. It's a really nice nib to write with. So this nib is quite soft. Compared to the steel version of this nib, you can get some line variation. This isn't like a flex or a semi-flexible nib at all. If I write fast like that and put pressure on it, it'll just railroad. But if I go slow, it can keep up with it. That softness doesn't really translate too much to line variation when you're writing compared to the Safari. Both of these are fine nibs, and these nibs are interchangeable too. You can just pull these off and swap them in between or between each other. This nib is quite a bit wider than the accent nib. Now in terms of line width, oh, and by the way, this is Maruman Nemosiny paper. So when you push on it, you can get pretty close to 1 millimeter. And then, you know, with no pressure, you're looking at about 0.4 and 0.5 millimeters. So it's a pretty fine line. The Safari nib is a bit wider. Now, Lamy is one of the few manufacturers that actually publishes the tolerance for each of their nib widths. I'll put a link in the show notes so you guys can see Lamy's tolerance for their nibs. Both of these are within tolerance, but there is a noticeable difference between these two. This nib is not particularly wet. I wouldn't call it dry, but it's not a wet nib. There's a touch of tooth to it. It's a really nice writing nib. Overall, I would say that this is a much nicer, more luxurious writing experience than this nib. And yeah, I was actually quite surprised how much softer this nib is versus this nib. So there's a difference. Anyway, that is the Lamy Accent writing sample. What do I like and dislike about the Lamy Accent? I really like the design of this pen. I really like the high gloss black lacquer with this briarwood grip. I think it looks really great. I also like that the grip sections are interchangeable. I like that the cap comes off with a quarter turn, and I like that it clicks onto the back of the pen. I like the spring-loaded clip, and I like how soft the gold nib is. Now, in terms of things that I don't like, the price. This is an expensive pen. It's more than a Lamy 2000. The Lamy 2000, if you want a really nice pen with a gold nib, that pen is a no-brainer. This one, you have to like the design for it to be worth that high price. I mean, you're paying a lot to have the high gloss lacquer finish, which is quite a nice finish, and the briarwood grip section. So those are my pros and cons for the Lamy Accent. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.